Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoimla, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakachodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwa that's out here sincerely keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Jachana Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson and praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And it's just another one of those stories where Esau, Edom is, telling on themselves. And we know that there's a lot of stories like this. We don't get them all. But the Lord knows every single thing that was done to us as a people. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you Hebrew Israelites. That's your biblical nationality. And the things that we're going through as a people, and the reason why we're so low on the totem pole is because, disobedience, not listening to the Lord. He gave us, law, statutes, and commandments to keep, to be above all nations, and we didn't want to do it. We wanted to be like the other nations, the heathen. But anyway, here's one of those stories where, a little more into the future as far as slavery, I guess, but still just shit that you can see Esau done to us. This is BBC News, Henrietta Lacks. I'm sure if you're familiar with this story, this has been ongoing for some years. And this show you how Esau get down too. It says family of black women whose sales were taken settled case. So, of course, we're not black people because you can clearly see in this black and white photo, she's not black, You can clearly see that. She looking borderline Edomitish in this bad boy if you want to go by looks and color. But anyway, let's get off into some of the article. Show you how Esau get down. These goddamn demons, man. Henrietta Lacks' family had reached a settlement after her sales were taken without her consent. The family of a black woman whose cervical cells were harvested in 1951 without her knowledge and replicated infinitely ever since have reached a settlement with a biotech company. So this been ongoing since 1951. A biotech company, them probably ain't no telling, man, probably done made $1 trillion. It's in the billions. These medical companies get paid, and they made a lot of their money from experimenting on Jake, so-called blacks especially during slavery, man. They made a lot what they call medical accomplishments and a medical science. Motherfuckers they got statues in front of hospital. All kinds of stuff. Hospitals named after him. Universities named after him. All on the back of Jake, man. Okay, it says, but they were taken without consent. Miss Lacks' family never received any compensation and had fought for years to get justice for the stolen sales. Now, why would you have to fight for something like that? Why when you think that this biotech company wouldn't just say, hey, well, you know what? We done it. We it's known that we done it. Everybody knows that we done it. But you're gonna fight to not pay for what you done. I'm telling you, man. This is Esau. This is the mindset of these very same people that you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans running around talking about. Not all of them that way. Who gives a shit? Because not all of because nobody is up in arms and be fighting about stuff like this. You should see all these so-called white people that claim that they're not racist. They should be out here up in arms. Like, they don't want to give up nothing to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans for the shit that they done to you. Then you go out and you vote for somebody like Joe Biden, lying on the premise that he might give you some reparations. This motherfucker done been there 4 years. He ain't done nothing for Jake, man. Okay, it says the details of the settlement reached on Monday with Massachusetts-based Thermo Fisher Scientific Incorporation have not been made public. Ms. Lacks, a 31-year-old mother from Baltimore, Maryland, began experiencing pain in her abdomen and abdominal bleeding in 1951. She was examined by a gynecologist at Johns Hopkins Hospital, who discovered a large mass on her cervix. Without informing her, we're asking for permission. Doctors sent a sample of her tumor to a lab for medical research before treating her for aggressive cervical cancer. But while nearly all cell cultures died quickly in the lab, cells taken from Ms. Lacks continued to multiply and didn't age, making them immortal. And that just lets you know, hey, Jake, that's the reason why. I mean, you have to be careful out here, man. You have to be careful out here. A lot of Jake be coming up missing because they know Jake got them good hearts, some good lungs, some good kidneys. You fuck around, find your ass, and ain't nothing in you. I'm telling you, they be knowing. They be knowing who they not getting they don't want no implants from their own people. They want, because they understand that Jake is just stronger and we're built a different way from them. You see what I'm saying? Don't think they don't know that. These people know that. They studied the shit out of Jake. During slavery, man, they was doing straight surgery, brain surgery, all kinds of surgeries on Jake, man, with no type of drug, anesthetic, no no nothing. This man cut right into your damn head and get to the examining you while you sitting there awake. Straight up, man. So E got a lot to pay for, man. It says the cell line called HeLa. they got a short short name of her ass for it too. Boy, these people bold as hell, man. Let's see. Where was I at? The cell line called HeLa, after Miss Lacks' first to last name, was sent to research labs around the world, according to the World Health Organization, WHO. You know these motherfuckers made some money off of that, man, and they don't want to give up nothing. Just pennies on a dollar of what they made, man, can have that family never having to work in their life. At least some royalties off of it, man. These people, man, this let you know how vicious and wicked these motherfuckers is, man. It says HeLa cells have led to the creation of a polio vaccine, advancement in HIV, cancer, and infertility research. But the same properties that made the cells a scientific miracle also made them lethal. Months after her diagnosis, she died from cancer at just the age of 31 and was buried in an unmarked grave. It was not until decades later that the Lacks family discovered what had become of her cells. Civil rights lawyer Ben Crump, that crunchy guy, crunchy is everywhere, man, who represented the family in the negotiations with Thermo Fisher, said the procedure done by the doctors left her in pain at the end of her life. He said the mistreatment she received is similar to experience suffered by other black Americans who have sought help from the U.S. doctors. And that's the reason why a lot of Jake didn't go out there and take that jump shot, man. A lot of Jake didn't roll their sleeve up because what stories was running in the news? How Esau Edom, the so-called white man, was testing all these different type of diseases on Jake. Jake was shook, like, not me. Now, you had a whole bunch of Jake that went out here and was stupid enough to do it. But this younger generation of Jake, Jake caught wind like, oh, they done that. The Tuskegee Institute and all this other different stuff. Jake was like, I'm going out here and letting these motherfuckers turn me into no lab rat. Okay, it says the exploitation of Henrietta Lacks represents the unfortunately common struggle experienced by black people throughout history. According to the lawsuit that led to Monday's settlement, too often the history of medical experimentation in the United States has been the history of medical racism. And it has been. At a press conference on Tuesday, on what would have been Miss Lacks' 103rd birthday, Mr. Crump said both sides were pleased with the settlement. So they got a little something, but they didn't get what that biotech company done made. Shit, get the hell out of here. I can think of no better present than to give her family some measure of respect for Henrietta Lacks, some measure of dignity for Henrietta Lacks, and most of all, some measure of justice. And look, it's not the type of justice that the Lord looking for. The Lord is looking for that's not justice. That's not justice. You so-called white folk, man, y'all gonna have to pay. Y'all gonna have to pay, man. Matter of fact, let me grab this quick scripture, though, because you know what? This is the Lord, man. Because these types of things used to be hid. Now it's just like commonplace to just hear about story after story after story every day of Esau and some bullshit he done to us, man, as a people. So, like, you want to get this Psalm 64 and 8. Because you think that, why would it take you years for something like that? Where are the real, where's the real justice with these people that they claim that they're about justice, but we already know Esau is not about no damn justice, man. He just puts on that front like he is. Psalm 64:8, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. That's the reason why they fleeing away with that. They don't want nothing like down in Florida right now. How this man down there, DeSantis, is trying to get rid of so-called black history, which they don't give you much history anyway. They could have let them keep that little shit because you ain't telling the full story. Because I'm willing to bet you won't tell no story about this lady right here and how it took years to fight to get a damn settlement, which is probably peanuts compared to what they've made. They done sent this shit all around the world. And you know how much money just from, let's just talk about something as simple as the COV-19 jump shot. Man, motherfuckers made all kinds of money off that shit. These people been making money off of this since 1951, man. Come on, bro. But like I said again, every time you look up, there's a story. And they be in the back. You got to that's the reason why you got to look at alternative news, because this is BBC. A lot of people don't get BBC like that. They're not looking at it. I wasn't even looking into it. I just seen the story and was like, okay, well, let me click onto it. But that's the spirit, man. That's the reason why we do these lessons, because we have to warn our people that you are dealing with the most vicious people on the planet. These so-called white people are not your friends, man. The scripture says that we will go into slavery into our enemies, that the Lord will send our enemies against us for being disobedient. So they're not your friends. It's all kinds of history, man. It's stuff that we would never even hear about on this side. But we're not going to even know to the extent of what they really done to us as a people until the Lord comes, man. And it's going to it's going to be mind-boggling. Like, y'all, I think that's probably the reason, and me speaking as a man, that may be the reason why we're gonna have such a righteous anger, that righteous anger like King David had, that righteous hatred, that righteous anger. You see? Plus, we're gonna have new bodies. The law, statutes, and commandments are gonna be written on our minds and our hearts, and we're gonna have pure, righteous, judgmental minds, man, to really get at these people and judge them the proper way, man. They're going to get what's coming to them. They're not going to get away with this shit. And they'll get to talking to you about how shit is in the past. That was in the past. That was in the past. Well, right here in the future of 2023, going into 2024, you still making money off Jake, man. You done all kinds of stuff to our people, man. And then they'll stand there and literally say, but just think about what you've done for humanity. Like, motherfucker, you come on, bro. Come on, man. Just think about what the sacrifice that just look at it as if she's a hero. Look how many lives have been saved. But you don't want to give up nothing on it, man. Anyway. Yeah, let me see what else they had. It was a little bit more. Let's see. Thermo Fisher tried several times to have the case dismissed, of course, due to a statute of limitation expiration. See that? So you've done it. Where's your compassion? You love life so much. You out here, we're about saving lives. You're about saving lives. Why don't you be fair? To save lives, you would have to be, somewhat of a person of fairness. Here you go, to pay. I'm willing to all the money that they paid the lawyers to try and stop that shit. They could have just gave that family, man. You see? I'm willing to bet you they spent hundreds of millions of dollars, man, to stop these people from getting anything out of this. That's how they do. It says, but lawyers for the Lacks family said that the limitations had not been reached because the cells are still being replicated. There you go. But this how far this man will go. That's what, this man, he'll lie, he'll kill, he'll steal, he destroys. This is what he does. This is your enemy. And I'm willing to bet you they'll tell you that they Christians and they law-abiding citizens. Yeah, we wronged you. How can we repay you? No, shit, not the so-called white man. That fucker not trying to give up nothing, bro. And that's the reason why they're going to get that iron rod, man, because they're not going to want to comply when the Lord comes. These people are not going to want to comply to anything, man. It says, we believe that every time they regenerate or profit off of Henrietta Lacks' genetic material, that it starts the statute of limitations to occur again. And that's right. Not only were the HeLa cells derived from Henrietta Lacks, the HeLa cells are Henrietta, they are her, he said. In 2021, the WHO held a ceremony to commemorate the many scientific breakthroughs made possible by Miss Lacks. See that? That's all they gonna give you. That's just like that. They gave you Negroes Juneteenth. They gave you a Martin Luther King Day. You know, now they about to give you a Emmett Till, monument. You know, they just get them niggas a statue or something. We've done our part. And that's the way they think about you. These people have absolutely no compassion. And matter of fact, the scripture talks about they showed no mercy. They're getting no mercy because they showed none. Roughly paraphrasing that, man. It says, what happened to Henrietta was wrong, said WHO Director General Tedros, whatever the hell his name is. Fuck you, fucker. He said, and guess where he's talking about this at? In Switzerland. Probably around the time when they was there with the WEF hookup going on out there, the World Economic Forum, when they was talking about putting a damn chip in your ass. These people wicked as hell, man. Henrietta Lacks was exploited. She is one of the many. What was y'all at when they was when they was going to court? Where was who? Where was the U.S. government? Where was the CDC? Where was all these different people that benefit from this so-called, this medical breakthrough? Come on, man. These people are so damn hypocritical. Says she was exploited. She is none. She is one of the many women of color whose bodies have been misused by science. So that's what I just brought out, that Psalm 64:8. Their tongue shall fall on themselves, man. They're telling on each other. They're actually telling you what they've done to you. That's why I ain't even seen this movie they talking about. They cloned Tyrone. But, a couple of brothers been doing some reactions to it. And none of it's surprising, man. It says she placed her trust in the health system so she could receive treatment. But the system took something from her without her knowledge or consent. Last week, Maryland's delegation to the U.S. Senate introduced a bill to award Ms. Lacks the Congressional Gold Medal. See this stupid shit? See what I'm talking about? This lady dead. You talking about a fucking medal for what? I'm telling you, man. Anyway, though, let me get this one. I'm going to end out. I'm not going to keep it long. And this is, man, I can't wait, bro. I cannot freaking wait. I cannot freaking wait. I cannot freaking wait until the Lord comes and give these people the business, man. It's that, incredible, man. A goddamn medal. Fuck your medal. The hell out of here, man. But like I said, this is what they do. They throw you, Jake, a bone. They give you a little piece of something just to keep you calm. Just to keep you calm, especially them Democrats. Just enough to get you to come back out and put a vote in for them. And y'all better wake the hell up, man. For real. This is Ecclesiastes 3:15. It says, that which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And Yahweh requireth that which is past. And you gonna have to pay for that stuff, man. As a people, you're gonna have to pay for it. You're running around out here. I had nothing to do with it. We had nothing to do with it. Not one, nobody stood up and fought and said, well, what the fuck are y'all doing? Why don't you pay the people? Here you go. You fighting, talking about statutes of limitation. You using this shit right now. On a day-to-day basis, it's being used, but there's a statute of limitation. This is not like you done it in 1951 and you stopped in 1952. I'm telling you, man, hey, this Esau, though. This lets you know. And trust me when I tell you, they all like that. Especially the elite of them. That's why the scripture says, matter of fact, let me get this. Never trust thine enemy. And a lot of the times we don't read all the way into that, but it's more little meat onto that, man. Let's get this. 12 Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Let me start there. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Just like iron gonna rust, you let it sit out, same way a so-called white man, he's gonna get down on you. It's his nature. He can't help it. So when she went there in 1951, you know, just like our people constantly trust the so-called white man back in the days with that medicine shit. Oh, they're metal, yeah, you know, practicing and just been experimenting on Jake since we've been here, man. Fuck these people, bro. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed of him and beware of him. See, you're supposed to, the Lord gave you a commandment to not trust him, to take good heed of him, to beware of him, because he's going to eventually get down on you. It says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Cold, 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 man. The Lord, hey, these scriptures is real, man. But here's some more information that, like I said, generally we kind of don't get the rest of this, and generally just kind of deal with the never trust thine enemy part. But this goes all the way into it. It says, set him not by thee, lest when. So if the Lord is telling you don't set him by you, then don't go by him. The hell you going around him for? It says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. So, let me see. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh a wild beast? So I mean, in reality, you know, you kind of, when you're looking at the picture of the lady, you know, you're just looking at her like, you know, she's just an innocent. She, you know, well, none of us are innocent, but I mean, you know, you just see this picture of her. She seemed to be a lovely lady, you know. 1951, generally women had a lot more manners than they have now. She's probably really cordial. But then you got to look at it like, well, shit. But she didn't know no better. You know, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. The scriptures does say that. Our people are seriously destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because our people don't know that we actually have enemies. They went into, hey, Jake done took all kinds of, look at Jake right now. Look at Jake right now. I got one of my uncles. He's supposed to have went, this was this was a week ago, a week ago, Tuesday. He's supposed to be going in for a regular little doctor jump off. And I'm like, well, you need me to take you, whatever. He's supposed to be coming back the next day. I said, well, you need me to come pick you up? He's like, oh, no, I should be all right. I'll be back, you know, whatever. That was last Tuesday. My uncle is still at this place. See? And ain't no telling what they doing to him, because Esau get down on you. Motherfucker got a new pill. He got something new for you to try. Look at your commercials. Probably 70 to 80% of the commercials that play on TV, other than a pizza commercial, McDonald's, or a Burger King commercial, is some type of new damn popper they want to give your ass, man. Some type of new something, man. And I don't even want to say the names on them. I'm trying to keep it classy, because this right here, man, it just pisses you off. But hey, that's all right though, man. That's all right. We're gonna have that real nice, righteous anger for Esau when it all goes down. There ain't gonna be no mercy. Because like I said again, these people show absolutely no mercy. You using the ladies, you still on a day-to-day basis, you using what you stole from her, but you trying to your fight in court was that it was so long ago, we don't owe her anything, or her family. I would like to know what they got though. I'm talking about undisclosed. You know, they don't want to tell you exactly. And I'm telling you, we already know it ain't nowhere near what they should, you know, because they should have everything. That's like stealing an idea. That's like taking, hell, you can get more money for stealing one of these niggas whack-ass rap songs. Take one of these whack-ass nigga rap songs, or take a Drake song, or a Cardi B song, or take one of these people's songs, and it becomes a hit. And see that they come and take every damn thing from you that you made off of it. Come on, man. it is what it is. So with that, hey, man, just, hey, don't trust this man. Payback is coming. With that, Kwame Yashala.